Hi, and welcome again to Pause and Reflect. And today we're going to be looking at self doubt. I'm sure we have all had that feeling of self doubt. So I'm just going to share with you one of my experiences. So I recently studied to become a Waverley Abbey chaplain. I absolutely loved the course. I learned so much and got to meet some great people. And it, for me, was a real educational challenge. Now, I am not an academic. And so when it came to having to write the essays and write them in a particular style, about this third person style, and then do referencing, well, I was a complete failure at all of that. I really struggled with understanding how to reference things and how to get them in an academic style. So, needless to say, that each time I had to submit an assignment, which happened every few weeks, I was a bag of nerves. Now, in reality, I knew it would take weeks for the results to come back, but I can honestly say that it would only be a couple of days, and I'd be logging onto the account to see whether or not my assignment had been looked at and whether it had been marked. And literally, seriously, throughout the day, I would be constantly refreshing that page, just clicking at the button to see if there was any feedback. So, what was going through my mind? I mean, it really was quite obsessive. But I sort of think, for me, the reason I was so anxious is because I wanted to know if my assignment was good enough. What did they think of what I had done? What did they think of me? Would it pass? Or was I a failure? For me, getting the results was as much about me as an individual as it was about the pieces of work that I was putting in. I think that regardless of our age or our status in life, we can often have self doubts, can't we? Am I good enough? Am I worthy? What do people think of me? Have I made the right decision? Could I have done things better? Should I have done things differently? I do sometimes wonder whether or not our world leaders ever suffer with self doubts. But I'm sure they most probably do. They just don't necessarily air them on public broadcasts like I have. But I think that as human beings, we all do suffer self doubt. We want to be able to please others. We want to be accepted. We want to know that we have value and that we have worth, and that the things that we do and say are recognised as important and of something of value to share with others. And so it's only natural, I think, that at times we can doubt our own actions and our own abilities. Well, I am pleased to say that I did pass the course and I was confirmed as a Waverley Abbey chaplain. And it has been a real blessing. And I'm now using what I have learned to sort of share some of my thoughts and my faith and my reflections with others, such as this. But I have found some great little Bible verses that help us to be reminded of how important each and every one of us is, how valued we are, and how God loves us. I just want to share some of these. It might even be worth, if you want to, make a note of them. Why don't you put them on a sticky note and put them on your fridge door? Or maybe you could pop them into your mobile phone case or something so that you've got access to them. So here are a couple of them. So we've got 2 Timothy 1-7. For God gave us a spirit, not of fear, but of power and love and self-control. Or you've got Psalm 27:3. Though an army encamps against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war may arise against me, yet I will be confident. And most probably my favourite of all of these is Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. So if ever you are having that self-doubt, remember God's words. Be strong and courageous. You've got this. Have a great day.